Chapter 1. The Cage of Silence. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting long shadows over the high concrete walls, the prison comes to life, with the clanging of gates and echoing footsteps. Inside, the air is thick with unspoken stories, each cell a microcosm of regret and longing. The narrator's voice carries a weight of compassion and curiosity, inviting listeners into a world both harsh and unexpectedly vibrant. Here at this low-security prison, the focus shifts from punishment to rehabilitation, where inmates confront their pasts to forge new identities. Amidst the sterile sounds, a delicate tapestry of camaraderie unfolds. Laughter mingles with whispers of sorrow, creating a backdrop against which shared experiences thrive. As the camera pans across faces etched with pain and determination, the stage is set for an exploration of the human spirit, a journey where silence is broken and voices long overlooked begin to rise, echoing with the promise of redemption. Chapter 2. Diaries of Hope. As the dawn breaks over the prison yard, the gentle rustling of pages fills the air. Marcus, with paint-splattered hands, records his dreams of redemption in his diary. In each brushstroke I find my freedom, he writes, pouring his soul into vibrant murals that speak of hope and resilience. Across the corridor, Sophia pens letters to her children, weaving tales of love and regret. Every day here is a lesson in sorrow, but I carry you in my heart, she reflects, longing for the warmth of their embrace. Meanwhile, Lee scribbles fervently about his fight for justice, determined to dismantle the wrongful conviction that binds him. Education is my weapon, he asserts, a beacon of resolve amid despair. Through these intimate diary entries, we glimpse their vulnerabilities and aspirations, setting the stage for profound transformations that illustrate the enduring power of hope within the confines of despair. Chapter 3. The Forgotten Voices. As the days blend into weeks, the prison's corridors reverberate with untold stories yearning for acknowledgement. We meet Carlos, a seasoned inmate whose years of experience shape him into a mentor for others. He reflects on his past mistakes, recognizing that wisdom often emerges from pain. Through diary entries, Carlos imparts lessons learned, emphasizing the significance of choices and the strength found in vulnerability. Next, we encounter Nina, a young woman reflecting on her turbulent journey through adolescence and identity. She grapples with her trauma, wrestling with feelings of isolation, yet finds solace in the connections formed within these walls. In intimate moments, her words reveal layers of resilience, revealing how the shared struggles of her fellow inmates illuminate her path toward self-acceptance. Together, Carlos and Nina's stories weave a rich tapestry of struggle and hope, highlighting that even forgotten voices can echo profoundly in the pursuit of healing and understanding. Chapter 4. The Weight of Guilt. Sophia's diary entries create a haunting portrait of a mother trapped in her own remorse. Each day begins with a fervent wish to reconnect with her children, whose laughter once filled her home but now echoes only in her memory. Guilt weighs heavily on her, a constant reminder of the choices that led her here. In therapy sessions, she shares her struggle to find forgiveness for herself, often breaking down as she recalls family gatherings, bedtime stories, and dreams she can no longer fulfill. She writes letters to her children, words of love, advice, and encouragement, hoping that somehow they will find their way to them. Sophia's reflections reveal a profound longing, not only for freedom, but for the chance to rebuild the bonds she feels slipping away. Amid the pain, she nurtures a fragile hope, the belief that love can transcend even the most daunting barriers, and that one day she may reunite with those she cherishes most. Chapter 5. The Quest for Justice. Lee spends his days in the prison library poring over legal texts, desperate to unravel the intricacies of his wrongful conviction. His diary entries reveal a tireless pursuit of truth and vindication, where each page is laced with frustration and determination. As he documents his encounters with fellow inmates, he realizes that many share similar stories of injustice, fueling his resolve. In group therapy, Lee passionately advocates for education as a tool for empowerment, inspiring others to reclaim their narratives. The weight of his past feels heavy, but he finds solace in moments of unity with those who understand his plight. Together, they share resources and strategies, forging an alliance in their fight against the system. One evening, with a flickering light above, Lee writes, "I may be behind bars, but my voice will echo beyond these walls." His journey becomes a beacon of hope, not just for himself, but for all seeking justice. Chapter 6. Bonds Forged in Struggle. In the cramped, sunlit room of the therapy center, laughter and tears intermingle as inmates share their stories, creating an atmosphere of vulnerability and trust. Marcus, once isolated in his pain, finds strength and connection as he recounts his journey from gang life to artistry. The others listen intently, nodding in understanding. Sophia, her eyes glistening, speaks about her dreams for her children, evoking empathy and admiration from her peers. Fueled by hope, encourages them all to embrace their stories, framing them as blueprints for resilience. In these moments, the laughter transforms into a cathartic release, binding them together. They realize that, despite their pasts, they are not defined by their mistakes, but by their capacity to uplift one another. Each shared moment becomes a thread, weaving an intricate tapestry of camaraderie that provides solace amid the harsh reality of their confinement, reminding them that they are not alone in their struggles. Chapter 7. As dusk falls over the prison, the muffled sounds of fists connecting with pads echo through the gymnasium, a sanctuary within the chaos. Inmates gather, adrenaline coursing through their veins as they lace up their gloves, transformed by the promise of release through combat. The underground boxing club is not merely a venue for physical contests, it serves as a crucible for personal battles. Marcus, Sophia, and Lee step into the ring, sweat mingling with determination. Each punch thrown represents a fight to reclaim their lives and confront their demons. Amid the brutal exchanges, moments of camaraderie spark, laughter erupting between rounds as seasoned fighters mentor newcomers. The tension builds to an electrifying crescendo, where the stakes aren't just about victory or defeat, but about the resilience of the spirit. The ring becomes a metaphor for their struggles, an arena where scars transform into badges of honor, forging deeper bonds and igniting the hope of redemption amidst the struggle. Chapter 8. The Art of Healing. In the dimly lit recreation room, Marcus gathered a group of fellow inmates around a blank wall, a canvas awaiting transformation. Armed with vibrant paints and brushes, he initiated a mural project meant to uplift spirits and inspire hope. "Art is how we express what words can't," he explained, his eyes glimmering with passion. As the colors splashed across the wall, stories began to emerge. A phoenix rising, symbolizing rebirth, a tree of life representing resilience. Together, they laughed, shared memories, and poured their emotions into every stroke. Sophia found solace in adding butterflies, echoing her longing for freedom. For Lee, the mural became a statement of defiance, a way to reclaim his narrative. The creative process transcended their physical confines, offering a glimpse of a brighter future. In these moments of camaraderie and self-expression, the inmates discovered healing through art, an invaluable tool in their journey to redemption. Chapter 9. The Therapeutic Power of Words. As the weeks pass, whispers of an upcoming storytelling workshop spread throughout the prison. Led by a passionate local author, the initiative promises to unlock the inmates' voices and channel their emotions into powerful narratives. On the first day, a mix of excitement and trepidation hangs in the air. With trembling hands, inmates pull out their diaries, the tangible reflections of their lives filled with pain, hope, and dreams. As they share their entries, the workshop transforms into a safe space where vulnerability thrives. Marcus reads about his aspiration to paint a mural that symbolizes rebirth, while Lee recounts the relentless fight for his innocence. Even Sophia, with tears glistening in her eyes, shares a letter to her children, filled with love and regret. Each story resonates deeply, weaving a tapestry of shared experiences. In these moments, the inmates discover not only the healing power of their words, but also the profound connections they forge through storytelling, rewriting their legacies together. Chapter 10. The Performance Night. The air in the dimly lit rec room buzzed with anticipation as inmates gathered for the performance night, a culmination of weeks of shared stories and emotional vulnerability. Marcus adjusted the canvas backdrop, his murals illuminating the walls, splashes of color against the concrete. Each inmate, from Sophia to Lee, prepared silently, hearts racing with vulnerability and excitement. As the first readers stepped forward, the room filled with the quiet murmur of hope. Listeners leaned in closer as inmates bared their souls, sharing passages from their diaries with raw honesty. Laughter erupted at some tales, while others drew tears, weaving a tapestry of shared experience and camaraderie that transcended their circumstances. The profound connection between them deepened with each word, solidifying their bonds in this unlikely sanctuary. In this sacred space, amidst the scars and struggles, they found empowerment and resilience, illuminating the path of healing through the transformative power of storytelling. Chapter 11. Whispers from the Outside World. As news of the inmates' progress begins to seep beyond the prison walls, an electric sense of anticipation fills the air. The occasional sound of buzzing phones and muffled conversations indicates that the outside world is taking notice. Inmates gather around the common room, speculating about potential parole dates and the implications of their accomplishments. Among them, Marcus's eyes gleam with excitement and trepidation. He fears the freedom that awaits him outside, yet yearns for a second chance. Sophia feels a knot of anxiety tighten in her chest as she considers her children, wondering how her choices will affect their lives moving forward. Lee, ever the optimist, encourages his friends to embrace change, believing that their transformations can withstand the pressures of society. However, the rising tension reveals an undercurrent of doubt as they contemplate the friendships forged in this unlikely sanctuary and the pain of possible separation. Chapter 12. Breaking Free. As the days dwindle before parole hearings, anticipation and anxiety permeate the air. Each inmate is caught in a web of emotions, wrestling with the implications of freedom and the devastating possibility of separation from newfound friendships. Marcus stands in front of his mural, its vibrant colors a testament to his journey, and ponders the bittersweet nature of release. He fears leaving behind the bonds forged in adversity, but knows this is a chance for redemption. Sophia and Lee gather in a quiet corner, exchanging nervous glances. The reality of stepping into the outside world looms large, filled with unknown challenges. In therapy, they share their fears and hopes, revealing their dependency on the support network they created. As they prepare for their hearings, a palpable sense of solidarity builds. They vow to carry each other's stories into the world beyond the prison walls, straddling the line between the comfort of companionship and the liberation of freedom. Chapter 13. First Impressions of Freedom. As the heavy gates clanged open, a rush of fresh air enveloped Marcus, Sophia, and Lee, three souls reborn. They stood momentarily stunned by the vibrant colors of the world, the cacophony of life that surrounded them. Marcus clutched a worn sketchbook, his fingers itching to capture the beauty he had only dreamt of behind bars. Sophia, overwhelmed yet exhilarated, thought of her children, each breath a reminder of her hope to reunite with them. Lee felt both relief and anxiety cresting within him, the shine of freedom spotlighting his wrongful conviction and the fight still ahead. Navigating the crowded streets, they each took different paths, yet shared an unspoken understanding. Excitement intertwined with fear as they faced the unknown. The echoes of their pasts lingered, but they were determined to forge new memories. This was not just freedom, it was the beginning of a lifelong journey toward healing and redemption.